is up, my peeps? Coming at you guys with another Ark Survival Ascended video, part 3 of the survival based series here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm having a wonderful day, and I hope you guys are ready for this next build. As you guys probably could tell by the title, we are going to be working on the ultimate greenhouse today. And it's also going to be 300% greenhouse effectiveness on all the crops in this place. So it's going to be very effective. It's going to be very functional, and it's going to be not completely indestructible, but we're going to be using greenhouse ceilings on it, but not the walls, because, you know, greenhouse walls get destroyed so easily. But I'm happy to be here again on the survival base series. It is wonderful. And here's all my Fiomias and stuff we're going to be using for this build, guys. So I have random foundations around just to keep the plants and stuff from growing back over here. I cleared out a little spot. This is where our greenhouse is going to be. And this is going to be our starting foundation right here. That lonely feller. So this thing is going to be 13 wide going left to right, and it's going to be 5 deep going up and down right there. So I'm going to go ahead and run 13 out this way. There we go, got 13 going that way, and now we just got to go 5 deep. And of course we're going to have to use the ceiling on this last piece right here, not a big deal. Bam. So that should be 5 out. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sweet. Now we're just going to fill in this rectangle, use ceilings and pillars as needed. Try to keep the stone pillars towards the inside, because we are going to be decorating the outside of this guy with wood pillars. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in. Beautiful, and just like that we have a nice foundation. I'm going to stick a couple extra pillars under here just for extra support, but this is going to be our main foundation here. I'm just going to go down here and stick a couple extra pillars, probably like every other block, just to give it that nice support, because I don't want to run into any no support issues. I'm sure everyone's ran into that before. There we go, looking good. Have a nice solid foundation here. Let me make sure all these pillars are connected to the ground real quick. There we go. Wonderful. That is all done. And now before we move on, we're going to actually finish out the foundation here, because you need a solid foundation for life, just like you need a solid foundation for a house. So we're going to go ahead and wall this down. Now we're going to keep it stone side out. And then on the the outside circle bits, we're going to be flipping these inside out so you could actually see the wood support. Is it a nice design? There we go, got the foundation all filled in, looking great. We're gonna go ahead and remove this foundation that I had just holding the extra spawning of things back there. I actually forgot, we don't need this stone front wall here just yet. We actually have to put triangle ceilings on the front and back of the structure so we could actually make the roof the proper geometry. We're gonna lay out some triangle ceilings across the front and back. Go ahead and fill this in. Just like so. So it has a nice tapered edge going in, a little curved corner. We're gonna do the exact same thing on the back. Just like that. Now we have a little added on bit with the triangle ceilings. Now we could put our stairs up. I'm gonna try and find the center point here, which is going to be 2 stairs wide for the center. That is perfectly even right there. We're gonna leave our steps just like so. And we're gonna go ahead and wall this part off because I forgot about this section right here. So I'm gonna fill this in real quick. Just like that, all filled in. Now we have our tapered edges on the sides there. We have our front steps coming in, looking perfect. And now we're going to find the center point on the side here, which is exactly right here. We're going to put some steps going up. And this is where our tower is going to start on the left side. And the left tower is actually going to be smaller than the right tower because this is going to be where the poop is made. It's going to be the poop tower, where all the fertilizer, all the compost is made. We're going to go ahead and remove this foundation, just keeping those plants back from spawning again. Thank you. Now, to make this tower line up with this foundation perfectly, we have to build it backwards in a sense. So we're going to make a ceiling, just like so. And then it's just going to be one square ceiling, and then you're going to switch to triangle piece. And you're going to do 3 triangle pieces. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to do that on both sides here. And then we're going to follow that up with another flat piece after we put some pillars down for some support, of course. And then flat piece, 3 more triangles, just like so on both sides. And we're going to continue the flat piece and then triangle piece pattern going all the way around, then fill in the middle. Just like that, we have the outer ring done. Now, when making a circle, don't forget you have to put the square pieces on the back side of the triangle pieces. Kind of alternate patterns going in a layer. Then we're going to fill all the gaps in with triangle pieces, just like so. And just like that, we have a round tower on the side ready to go. Of course, we will fill in the side walls and give it a actual foundation support, just like we did with the foundation. But on the side towers, we are actually going to flip these walls inside out to have that wood beam support look supported. Gives it a nice breakup from the just looking stone over there. I think it looks nice. Just like that, it's all filled in, looking like a nice solid tower over here. And now to make the steps look more filled in, we're actually going to use a corner piece on the bottom here. If it cooperates. Come on, there we go. And don't forget to flip it inside out, and then we're going to follow that up with a wall, just like that. Just like that, looking beautiful. Now it looks like it has a nice solid connection to the steps. We are going to work on that a little bit more here in a second. We are actually going to make the second tower over here, and it's going to be a little bit larger, but we're going to do the same concept. We're going to stair up from the middle piece right here. And now we're going to make this tower a little bit bigger. We're going to start off with a square piece as always, because it keeps it on a nice flat angle compared to the foundation. It keeps everything nice and straight. But we're going to make this, instead of 1 flat tile, it's going to be 3. And then we're going to snap corners to that. And you're going to just keep adding these. See, I got 4 out. Let's go ahead and put a support pillar, and then we're going to go ahead and put another triangle. So make sure you have the right correct number. Make sure that the backside has 3 spots that you can snap to. So it's going to be 5 triangle pieces on the side of the 3 flat ceiling pieces. I'm going to go ahead and run this around and fill it the outside in, and then bring you guys back when we go to start filling the middle. And there we go, we got the ring done, all completed. As you can see, it is quite a bit larger of a round tower than the left side over here. because that left tower, like I said, is going to be poop tower. It's going to produce plenty of fertilizer for the size farm that we're going to have here in the greenhouse. So of course we're going to go ahead and fill this in, and we're going to alternate our patterns again. So we're going to snap the squares to the triangles and the triangles to the back of the squares, and alternate this pattern going all the way to the middle. And voila, we have a filled in guard tower foundation looking beautiful. Now we're just gonna copy the filled in walls and filling in the stairs over on this side as well. On this last wall block here, we're actually going to put a doorway in, because we are going to be putting a generator underneath right here, which is a perfect hiding spot to place it, because we're going to be working on like a little indoor grow room with lights and stuff. It's going to look awesome. But here's our nice foundation looking great. Now it's time to start working on walls. We're going to flip all these walls inside out, and we're going to place all windows on the front here, except for the front two doors, of course. And the front two doors, we are going to make double wide doors here, just like so. Make sure they're all facing the same direction as the windows here. We're even going to put a window on the side curved piece on the front here, just like so. And then the rest is just going to be plain walls without windows going around. Like that, we have our nice stone start going here on the middle structure. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to flip these guys inside out, and we're going to put all windows on the bottom here, bottom floor. There we go, looking wonderful. And of course we're going to copy that same design over here on the big tower. All flipped inside out windows going all the way around. Just like that, we have the bottom row finished with all the windows. It's looking mighty fine, if I might say so myself. Now what we're going to do is start filling in the roof here. Now the roofs are a little bit complicated when you come to sloped edges and corner pieces and stuff just like that. Before we move on to the roof, I forgot to put some, we're gonna put some wood pillars on the outside here, kind of going up. Makes it look like I have a support design. We're gonna put some next to the door, just like so. And then we're going to put some on the corners right here. Both of these corners. And we're going to do the corner pieces going around this whole main foundation, and we're going to do it on the corner pieces on these towers, just like so. We're just going to do it on the bits where it corners. Gives it a nice design, kind of breaks up the mundane stone look. I like it. Let's go ahead and fill out the rest. Just like that, looking wonderful. I had to fill in those steps real quick because I forgot to do so, but that is looking great. I like that. We're going to be moving on to ceilings now. So we are going to want to make the side ceilings just plain flat slopes, just like this. make that go across. And then for the steps right here, we're actually going to put one across on the top of the steps. Cooperate. Or not. There we go. Perfect, just like so. And then we're going to be filling in these walls with just some slopes right here. Just like that. We're going to repeat the same process on the other steps as well. Just like that. Now we have a nice staircase going up to the next level. It's got a nice little skylight, if you will, come up here, looking good. Now that we have the slopes on that side, we're going to be using all corner pieces here, going all the way around the edge, just like so. We're just going to keep flipping these guys just like this, going all the way around. Just like that, looking wonderful. I love the slope glass look. I absolutely love it. It looks wonderful. Now we're just going to be filling the top of this in with just some flat ceiling pieces. And just like that, our first structure here is almost complete. Of course, we're going to add some water towers on the front and stuff for irrigation, but we're going to go ahead and kind of copy this design on the water towers. We're going to slope it in like this first tier, and then we're going to add a second level on both of these towers. So we're going to go ahead and kind of copy the floor design. So you see how the floor is square right here? So we're going to use a squared slope on the spots where there's a square floor underneath. Kind of keep that same pattern so we could keep that roundness the same. Otherwise, you're going to have an awkward shape and the geometry is just not going to work for you. Just like that, we have a slope up, and now we're just going to put some windows on the ends here, or on the top, I guess, for our second tier. We're going to put it exactly the same as bottom. We're just going to put inside out windows going all the way around. So you're going to be able to snap these to the top of the squared slope ceilings, but not the triangle pieces. That's okay. You just have to put a floor in, and then you're good to go. And of course, when you're putting this floor in, you're going to want to copy the same floor design underneath. So you see how there's a square piece here? We're going to want to use a square greenhouse piece just like this, because we want the ceiling to be see-through, of course, for that greenhouse effect. Doesn't really matter much on this side because it is the poop tower. That's just where all the poop gets made. We're going to be just like that. We're going to follow it up with some triangles. And since we have the floor filled in now we could fill in these other window pieces right here. Don't forget to flip these inside out. Just like that, we have our two-tiered guard shack over here. Well, I guess greenhouse shack. But we're going to go ahead and taper it up and slope it in just like this again. But we're going to be bringing it all the way up into a peak this time and not a floor design like this. So I'm going to go ahead and find my square piece just like so, and then squared slope just like that. I'm going to continue this pattern and bring it all the way up to a peak. Just like that, we have our peak tower over here. It's looking beautiful. Now we're going to kind of copy the same design on this side. We're going to slope it in one, bring it up a tier on a second level, but we're not going to peak it out on the top. We're actually going to ceiling it off after the second level. So I'm going to go ahead and speed through this and fill this all in. Of course, I'm going to line up my squared slopes with my squared ceilings below here, followed up by the corners touching the sides. We're going to go ahead and fill this in, bring it to a second level. Just like that, we have the first tier going up, and of course we're going to follow this up with windows going around. And don't forget, these don't snap to the triangle pieces, so we're going to just place these first. Then we got to place our floor. Don't forget to make the floor greenhouse so it's see-through and you get that 300% greenhouse effectiveness on all the crops below. And with the floor, of course, don't forget to line up your squares with the square ceilings underneath, just like so. And continue the design and finish it all the way to the top. And just like that, we have the second tower done, looking beautiful. Now you guys can peek that if you want. I do not like it peaked. I like it peaked on like smaller towers like this, but not the big guys. It just looks a little too awkward, and you'd have to put in like a third level of stuff just to make it look nice. Now on the front here, we are going to be adding wood floors and water towers. And we're going to be putting these wood floors, just snapping it right towards the ground, right on the front here, on both sides of the stairway. Just like so. And then of course we're going to follow that up with some railings going around these. And this is where the majority of our water towers are going to sit to water all these crops. And of course we're going to have like 1 or 2 water towers in the middle of this entire giant tower over here. So we're just going to line these up on the front right here. Just like that, looking good, looking like a real greenhouse. And we're going to go ahead and run some railings on top going around here. Gives it that nice gardeny look. We're also going to be running these around the towers here on the bottom tier and also the top tier, just like so. I'm going to go ahead and run these around to decorate. Now that is starting to look like a true greenhouse with that fencing going around. That looks gorgeous. Now we gotta put some doors on the front here. We're gonna have some greenhouse doors, of course. Place those in just like so. We're gonna open these guys up. Wonderful. Now we're not gonna put windows in the actual windows themselves. We're just gonna have that nice sunshine beaming through. Now we have a nice thing over here. We got a nice tower over here. And with this tower, we are going to put a spiral staircase in. Switch that spiral, and since the doorway is right here, I'm gonna try and make it so it's kind of pointing towards me when I'm like coming straight into the room here. And ring that up just like so. So now we have a nice spiral staircase to get us up to the top tier. Let's go ahead and pop these few triangles out. Now we have access to the top. Looking wonderful. Like I said, this is going to be our poop tower. We're going to have Phiomias down on the bottom pooping away. We're gonna have dung beetles up top collecting all the poop, making all the compost that we possibly need. And of course, we're gonna have some spiral gardens in here, some garden bed boxes and whatnot, and some more over here. And we gotta work on the staircase here. So what we're gonna do is use wood walls. We'll be using wood walls and triangle ceiling pieces. We're gonna switch to the wall. So here's the actual center. This part right here. So we're actually going to bring these out to here, flip them inside out. We're just going to bring them around just like this on this inner bit right here. And this is going to be like where our grand staircase is going to go up to the top tier. We're going to make this tower a little more grand than the other side. And we're gonna leave it looking just like so. Actually, let's fill in this top piece right there. Now it's full. We're gonna leave this center piece open. It's gonna be kind of like an indoor grow room with some lights and stuff like that. Now to get the staircase right, we're gonna bring it, not a spiral staircase, we just want normal steps. Now what we're going to do is snap them to go like this, both sides, because we're going to have a double stairs going all the way up, and then we're going to have to use triangles from this point going over like so. And then we have 3 triangle pieces going in just like that. And this is going to ring us around, and we can put another staircase going up right here. Just like that. Now we have access to our second level. We're going to do the same exact design on the other side. So it looks like we have a nice cool spiral staircase going up to the second level, looking beautiful. Gorgeous. And we're going to have our beer barrels up here making us beer. We're going to have a bunch of crop plots going around and stuff, and it's going to look wonderful. Of course, we need our water tower right in the middle, right there. And we need 2 more down here to fuel this entire room with water. But before that, we're going to fill out the staircase so it actually does not look like it's floating. And of course, we're going to fill it in with some corner pieces and walls. And of course, make sure to flip that wood inside out so it has that nice, beautiful design. Just like that. Now it looks like it's a complete staircase, and now we could stick our water tower right over here in the corner, just like so. And top off the stairs with some railings. Now it looks nice and complete. We're gonna put some railings on the top just to make sure we can actually see the hole when we're running around up here. Just like that. And then we're gonna copy the exact same thing on the other side. Just like that, looking beautiful. We're gonna grab some pillars, wood pillars, and we're just gonna run these guys around the edges of the opening ways here, across the top and the sides. Same thing with this side. There we go. Looking a whole lot better now. Looking great. And looks like we are done with all the foundational support, and it looks like all I got to do is fill this place out, get it functioning, and show you guys what an actual full greenhouse looks like when it's running. Let's get it done. All right, and there we have it, the completed greenhouse. We have it all decorated on the outside. We got our little Phiomia sticking their head out. Looks freaking hilarious. But we're gonna take you on a little tour. We got our water towers up front, of course, to water all of our crops. We have our generator up underneath over here, generating our light on the inside tower that we'll show you. And welcome to the greenhouse paradise. Look at this. We got the crops on the tables, little starting things. We have the garden spiral going on. I didn't show how to do that, but you basically just take it and you stack it on the next one and spin it, and then stack it on the next one and spin it, and so on and so forth. That's how you get those little garden spirals going up there. A little garden tower, if you will, looking excellent in here. Everything's growing great. Got our Phiomias over here, our feeding troughs to feed these hungry dudes. They be pooping down here, and then the dung beetles up here automatically collect the poop, turn the poop into compost, fertilizer for the garden, and also a byproduct of oil. So it's a pretty good oil farm on top of that. Pretty nice. Now let's go take a wander over into the grand tower over here of awesomeness. We have all of our plants going around the outside looking gorgeous. Got our little setup crops going on right here, and we have our plant species X in our little grow room on the inside with lights going on. All the plants going around, and then go upstairs. We got all kinds of good plants going on, and of course our beer barrels to get our rum going on. I absolutely digging this build. But that is going to be it for this build, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know I did. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to show your support. And thank you guys so much for all the support you guys have been giving me. I highly appreciate it. It's definitely going to help me become a better content creator and get this stuff done. But guys, we will see you on the next one. Bye.